So, do you want to tell us a little bit about your article, Bad Habits?
Yeah, sure. So I wrote it more for uni students because I feel like you're usually living alone, not alone, but away from home for the first time. And you've got all these new stresses like coping with work ethic, and you're learning all these new things about yourself, like how you cope with stress. And that can usually lead to forming good habits or bad habits.
Amazing.
Was there anything interesting that you learned while you were writing the article?
Definitely. I quite like the neuropsychology side of things. So I was a bit inspired by Professor Steve Peters and how he explains habit formation. And I think it's quite interesting how over time your neural pathways get coated in myelin sheath, and because of that, once you build a habit, the more it gets coated, the more easier it is for the messages to get passed on. So you end up doing things more automatically, not realizing you're still doing them, and then you don't realize that you're in a bad habit.
So my question is, what's your bad habit?
My bad habit, I've got quite a few of them.
I feel like we all do.
If I had to pick one, I would say I might like drinking wine specifically. And recently I've been trying to cut down my drinking wine by replacing it with Schlur. Do you know Schlur? It's like, it's really nice, isn't it? It's like a fizzy grape juice, but it doesn't have alcohol in it. So it's definitely a nice way to replace it rather than trying to just forcibly stop.
Yeah.
I think our number one question is, what wine do you drink? What's your favourite?
Quite like, I'm on like a white wine piece at the moment, but I love red wine. I like flurry.
Very sophisticated.
So my question is, will there be a follow-up article?
Ooh, I don't know. I might do a follow-up article more on how to replace bad habits and coping mechanisms and the difference between a habit, compulsion and addiction, that sort of thing. But yeah,
that would be interesting, honestly.
So, is there anything else you want to tell us about your article?
Yeah, so I think there's a little bit at the end, but when you're trying to get rid of a bad habit or replace it, the best thing to do is not just force it away. You can't just snap your fingers and it'll be gone overnight. You've got to take time to replace it and care for yourself, be kind to yourself.
Okay, so our first answer on Instagram is that when they're stressed, they bite their lip. Does anyone have any suggestions or any relatable insight towards it?
That is such a good one, honestly. I do that. Like, I literally didn't even realise that I do that. Now that you said that, I'm like, yeah, I do that too. Yeah. I don't know what I do to stop it though.
I always, might be adding on to another bad habit, but I use lollipops because they take a really long time to like eat. So if you're like in a moment of stress or like a burst of stress, you can just have a lollipop, takes your mind off of it. Can't do two. Tastes good. Can't do two things at once. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. Maybe chewing a chewing gum, still having those chewing sensations, but in a more healthy way, I would say. Okay, our next one kind of leads on from the lollipop. I have a sweet tooth. Like, I need chocolate all the time. It's like an addiction.
Or me.
Can find sweet alternatives. Like, it's good in moderation, but sweets you can have, I don't know, like low sugar things maybe.
Okay.
Or my parents like to have like yogurt with fruit and they put sprinkles on top of it and stuff. But it's like a nice alternative to something like chocolate all the time.
Amazing. I think we can all relate to the sweet tooth.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely relatable. Okay, so now we asked them to do a vote on what they think is the most impactful habit that they have. So we had 54% say scrolling on social media. Does anyone here relate to that? I definitely do.
God forbid.
Oh, I was looking at my screen time recently, guys, and it was like 12 hours. It went, yeah.
That's the whole
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
That's literally the whole
Yeah,
day.
because I wake up from 6 a.m. and then I will go to sleep at like 1 a.m. Should probably work on my sleep too.
That's
Now
a
that
bad
we're talking
habit.
about bad habits. But yeah, definitely need to work on my screen time. But I will say I have cut it down to 9 because there's this app and you can put them in groups and they put a block on them after like 2 hours. Yeah.
Tell us
I
the
need to do
app.
that.
That might be helpful
Instagram.
for our 54%.
Instagram is my awful one, but they've also got in settings that you can set a limit.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I know you can also set like a phone limit. My
Yeah.
friends used to have like a phone limit.
I need to do that.
So that might be helpful just to bring attention to the habits.
Yeah.
The issue with those though is that sometimes you can swipe off of it and be like, oh, cool.
I do that.
Next.
Yeah.
But
I have
some
the intention,
apps-
but I don't follow through
Yeah.
with staying off TikTok at
Just put the code.
1
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning and I'm still scrolling. I'm fully aware I need to get off it.
Yeah.
I won't.
The one app that I use, you can't even delete the app. Like you can put the setting that once you've selected it, you can't delete it unless you deselect.
That's
But it's like a
intense.
whole thinking process through it. So you can't delete the groups, you can't delete the app. There's many things that you can't do to stop yourself.
I think that's really interesting because we're talking about how to like prevent or help habits, but there's a difference between intention and actually doing it, and it's
Yeah.
separating. I'm intending to do this, but am I doing it?
Yeah.
You know what's insane? When you have your phone taken away from you and then you realize how often you go to grab it and it's not there and you're like, you just do it unconsciously. And again, that's habit formation. It's like the myelination of the neural pathway is just sending the signal. You don't even realize you're doing it.
I feel like I pick up my phone for no reason all the time as well.
Yeah.
No notifications, not rang, nothing.
You know when you think that you have a notification.
Yeah,
but you
it's
don't.
buzzing in my
You
pocket.
just
and it
like,
hasn't,
just
yeah.
like out the corner of my eye, I'll be like, oh, I've got a notification. And I go on and I'm like, I don't even have a
Yeah.
notification. And I swear there's been like studies like into phone use where like your phone's actually like trying to get you to like keep tapping and keep going onto it. There's a documentary on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh, we're gonna have to find one.
Yeah, let's find this documentary because I watched that and I was like, oh my god, like the little like how when you put your phone down, it's like kind of like trained to find like notifications that like you will want to click onto and like want to bring up again. It's crazy, honestly.
The Social Dilemma is what it's called. That's a really interesting documentary about the impact of scrolling on your phone and how it literally, like you said, attracts you to it.
Yeah.
My because I still sleepwalk, but when I used to be like 8 years old, younger, but when I first had a phone, I used to wake up and for like 10 minutes I used to scroll on my phone, but then I didn't even have a phone in my hand. So my brain literally was already programmed from so young to wake up to go on my phone because I used to shove my phone across the room on my desk so I wouldn't have it in the morning. I still used to wake up and have visions of my phone in my hand.
I've had that.
Yeah.
You like dream that
You
already
dream that you're already on your phone when you wake up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get nightmares.
I get nightmares about my phone.
If I'm texting people before bed, I'll get a nightmare that I've sent something really weird.
Oh my God, me
I
too.
always have that.
Or that I haven't responded and they're in like an
Yeah.
emergency.
Then I'll wake up and check and be like, oh, thank God I didn't send.
Yeah.
So 23% said their bad habit is staying up late. We've already kind of spoken about it. So I'm going to let Amelia take it away. Tell us about it.
I mean, I used to have a very good sleep schedule, guys. I used to go to sleep at 10 p.m. and I used to wake up for work at 7 a.m. It was so consistent. And then uni came along and it went, you know what? I actually don't care about your sleep schedule. So it became a routine of going to sleep at 12 or 1. Sometimes I scroll too far and it's 2 a.m. magically. And then I have work the next day at 6. So the 4 hours isn't ideal. So recently I have literally just made the people that I want aware because sometimes I just want to talk to people and they're up. So I've started talking to people and being like, hey, I need to go to sleep at 10. So if you have anything to say it now because I don't have time for this. So I feel like that has helped me. So I've been trying to go to sleep by 11 at least. But yeah.
Amazing. Does anyone else have this issue?
Me. That would be me, yeah. I literally sometimes, especially if I don't have any responsibilities going on, I will just stay up until ridiculous times at night. And I will be sending Amelia TikToks at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll be messaging her. Yes. You're never going to believe what's happening. Literally. It's 4 a.m. Nothing's happening. But I will wake up really, really late. And then I won't get tired again until 4 o'clock the next day. So it's so hard to get out of that because I have to find a way to make myself exhausted. But also I feel like with uni sometimes I don't have time to go to bed early, and my nighttime is like my only time to relax because I'm so busy. So I feel like I just need to find time in the day instead of 2 a.m.
Stop waking me up.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So does anyone have any suggestions to help these two?
Please.
Actually, so there's like a study out there where if you go to sleep at like the same time every night and wake up at the same time every day, which is so difficult to do, I appreciate, but it becomes like your routine, and then you can just like follow that routine. And honestly, it's so good. Like when I found myself kind of like falling out of like routine, and like say I've had a few days I've just been like really busy or like been going out, like we're all uni students, trying to then like go to bed at like 10:30 when I'm like not tired at all is so difficult. But if you like push yourself and like push through and manage to do it, honestly, like it's a game changer. Like you can wake up, and I always find it actually makes me tired like around that time every day. And sometimes I'll even like I've got it that good that I'll wake up like a minute before my alarm goes off in the morning. And that's when you know like okay, we're in a routine now, like the body knows like what's going on. So yeah, definitely just trying to go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time every day. But I appreciate, obviously, it's not always the easiest thing to do.
Amazing.
I think it's really important to also remember that we sleep in 90-minute cycles. So if you wake up at 30 minutes before your alarm, stay up. Because if you go to sleep for that 30 minutes, you're waking up in dead sleep. You don't want to do that, and then you'll end up more tired. So I know it's rough, but do something with that 30 minutes.
That's really interesting because I set my alarms to go off like every 10 minutes. I must have like 10 alarms on my space.
No, that's
so that's probably like really bad for me.
Yeah, that's awful. Don't do that.
I don't hear my first alarm. I have to set at least 2 or 3 because I don't hear the first.
I'm up.
I turn it off in my sleep.
No, yeah, I have to have multiple to really make me aware that get up.
I have my phone across the room. 6:55. I'm really awake.
Under my pillow to vibrate. So I won't get up.
Oh, that's so unhealthy.
Unless it's vibrating my head against the pillow, I'm not moving. So unless we shake you genuinely.
You should get one of those Wallace and Gromit, like.
Yes.
The bed that just shakes until you fall off it.
Or those New York beds. Oh, and also, I listened to in a podcast, another one, With Intention, and she is a lovely woman. But she uses a Hatch alarm clock. I don't know if you've ever heard of one. It plays a tune. They had like a Gilmore Girls one in autumn. I really want to get this clock. But it literally, it wakes you up with natural lighting that it produces, and it's so cool. So I really want to invest, but they're really expensive. But B&M had one for 20 quid. Shout out.
You spent 20 quid on tea, so...
You know what's really good? Like you said, you had your phone across the room to wake you up. There's also this app I used to use where you basically print out a barcode and put it on the wall across the room or in your bathroom, and then when the alarm wakes you up, it won't go off until you scan that barcode. So you have to get up and go to the bathroom. Then you can start your routine, like brushing teeth.
I used to have one with math equations.
I remember that.
I remember that. Yeah.
But then it's really difficult if you can't work out the maths.
Yeah, even like simple addition. I don't know what 6 + 8 is.
Amazing. So, our third most used habit is procrastination. And I think this is a big thing in university. So, thank you. So, what have people been doing for procrastination? How have you been helping it?
I procrastinated this morning.
Me too.
I was like, oh, I've got 3 hours, so I can do some work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, but like I'm so busy today, I deserve a nap.
Mm-hmm.
So I did nap for those 3 hours, and I didn't get any work done. So probably before I go to bed, I'm gonna have to like remember that the best version of yourself is now.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do anything to improve yourself, you're never gonna achieve what you want to be in the future. So once I get home, fingers crossed, I'll do an hour of revision.
We believe in you.
Thank you.
We do.
I need that.
You can do it. You've got this.
I also find separating your space. So, like, this is my bedroom. I'm not going to do work
Yeah.
here. If I want to do work, I'm going to go sit in a building and do work. So you have those separate places.
Yeah.
And also, I'm a sucker for a good plan. I just bought the most cute diary that I'll show you guys afterwards. So I think planning your week out and giving you like set just small things to do every day is my go-to for procrastination.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we've
honestly.
got, I don't know where we heard this, but at the minute I've always been hearing lecturers talk about SMART goals.
Yeah.
Where you have to like not just say I'm going to finish like half my essays a day, like you specifically write like I'm going to find 3 research papers about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I do that, and I have like a handful of like mini things to do, because if I give myself a big task and it takes so long to do, I don't feel like the happiness that you get when you finish it. So I need all the little ones.
You don't see the
and
progress.
I rip my sticky notes off my wall every time I do it, and it just feels great. But yeah, I give myself tiny little tasks to do to get me started, because I struggle to actually start. That's the hardest part.
It's like breaking it up, honestly. Like not just having one big like an essay. Like that's a massive task. If you break it up and like break it down, then it becomes so much more achievable. And also I think just like treating yourself with kindness a little bit, like not giving yourself too much to do. Like if you do procrastinate and you don't get the work finished that you wanted to do that day, like it's not that big of a deal. Like you can come back from it, and like just not taking it out on yourself as much. Like be kind to yourself. Just think, you know what, there's a reason that I'm not in the right headspace to do this. Like let's just take a step back, chill for a little bit, and then honestly I find like then I'm more motivated, and I'm like, okay, I want to give this a go now. So yeah, definitely being kind to ourselves. I think we can all use a bit more of that.
Amazing.
I find that what I do when I've got work due in, I always put in my calendar the deadline the exact week before. So then if I haven't done it by then, at least I can see that it says deadline. I'm like, okay, I've got like still this week, I'm going to start like now, which doesn't usually happen too late, but usually. But then I usually get a movie on, I do the work, I watch the movie, I do the work, I watch the movie, because I can't just focus for like 2-3 hours straight without taking little breaks at least.
And I can't remember the name of this skill, but if I remember, we'll write it in the captions. But there's a thing where you do work for a really short amount of time for like 20 minutes, have a 10-minute break, and it's set, so you're doing that so you're not burning yourself out, and you actually end up getting more work done than doing work for 2 hours at a time. And I think that's really important as well.
I also use the 5-minute rule, where like, or 10-second rule, it depends what you're doing, but like 10 seconds to like, okay, 10, 9, 8, and then you get up. But then 5-minute rule, you're like, okay, I'm only doing this for 5 minutes, because as soon as those 5 minutes are up, you're gonna want to continue. And if you don't, at least you've started.
You get in the groove of
Yeah.
it.
Sometimes I clean my room.
I
I'm
do
doing
in
it
5
because I
minutes.
feel like when I'm procrastinating, I'm just sitting still, like on my phone.
Yeah.
So actually, if I just get up and move, I kind of snap out of it.
Yeah.
Out of like the laziness, I guess, that I'm
Or the doom
putting myself
scrolling.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just clean my room. Even if I just sit and procrastinate, at least I'm doing it in a clean room after that, instead of just mess.
Yeah.
Okay, so earlier this week we interviewed some people and asked them their bad habits. So let's review some of them. Here is our first one.
So, talk to me about your bad habit.
Unfortunately, I spend too much money charity shopping.
Okay. And have you done anything to improve this habit?
No, I don't. I enjoy it. I think it gives me joy and happiness. So I can complain about it, but I do nothing to complain about. It's so fun.
Fair enough.
So I think why this one's really important to talk about is that you might have something that is considered a bad habit, but not necessarily you wanting to change it because it brings you happiness. So that difference in what is a bad habit for you instead of just what's considered a bad habit, like spending your money. So what are people's opinions on this?
I think at that point you have to balance out, is it worth the money, my happiness? You know what I mean? Or is it not worth it, sort of thing? Like, should I stop, shouldn't I? What are the pros and cons?
But also, I think she could have gone in a completely different way. Sorry, because she's charity shopping.
Yeah.
So she's helping out a lot of people.
And it is cheaper than
it
she
is
went
way
to, like,
cheaper.
H&M or something.
So instead of shopping at like Shein or Temu, she's choosing a really sustainable way to do her shopping. And we don't quite know what she's shopping for, so she might be shopping for things that she needs, like clothing. So much better to shop at a charity shop where you can use things that people have already used and use it in a sustainable way than go into Primark or Shein or Temu.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe it's, if you have a bad habit that you enjoy, thinking of a better way to do it that will cause less damage if it's something bad or negative, and do it in a more sustainable way, like you said.
Or like adding on to that, if you're doom scrolling, because literally the word doom scrolling, it shows that there's doom, there's something bad with it. There's apps now where you can doom scroll good things, like knowledge or flashcards, and you can do the same movement of flicking your finger, but you're actually learning more rather than causing yourself harm.
I don't even remember what I watched on TikTok. Like 3 videos later, I couldn't tell you what I just saw. So it's just, I don't even know what I'm doing it for, really.
Yeah.
It's like immediate gratification, just scrolling.
So maybe it's thinking back and saying to yourself, like reflecting and going, why am I doing this? Is this a benefit to me? And if it is, then
cool.
Yeah, do it.
But is there any way that you can improve it as well?
Definitely.
I definitely think it's good that she's like recognized it as well. Like she's not in denial about it. Like she knows that that's like kind of an issue for her, but at the end of the day, it's like it brings her happiness. So
Definitely.
she's happy to stay with it.
Do you have any bad habits?
After rehearsal, Weatherspoons.
Do you try to prevent that in any way?
I think recently I've managed to get it down from like 100% after rehearsal
Okay.
Weatherspoons to maybe 80% after rehearsal Weatherspoons, which is better on my budget.
That's amazing.
So I think this one's important because it's about not getting rid of the habit, but maybe minimizing how much you do it. What are people's thoughts on this? Can you relate to the Weatherspooning?
I could be a sponsor for Weatherspoons. My current bank account I've had for 3 years now. When I look at my overall spending at Spoons, it's £1,500, guys. And I genuinely don't know how I've racked it up. I think those unlimited coffee, it's because rather than studying at a really expensive place where they're selling it for like £5 a coffee, I don't care what the coffee tastes like, just fuel me up.
Yeah.
So if I'm spending 11 hours sometimes at Spoons studying, having a cheeky breakfast and then cheeky lunch because I'm working hard, and then staying until 10 where I can have a cheeky dinner, that racks up. So maybe I need to work on that. But also, as recognizing good things, I am spending a lot of time studying, and also I'm not going to like really atrociously expensive places. So comparing my spending to Spoons to everything else, it's fine.
So maybe it's weighing it out. Like, does this bad thing cause good things? What is them? What are they on a scale, like a seesaw kind of good and bad?
Because I could be spending a lot more money in a different place.
Definitely. And you could just not be doing work.
Yeah.
Does anyone else relate to a cheeky Weatherspoons?
I think me and my friend used to go every week, like maybe multiple times a week. And I think it's just the thought as well that it's so much more affordable than any other place, especially for uni students. It's just easy to go to, easy to just sit down, order food on your phone, and it just be brought to the table. So I think with all that ease and efficiency, especially if you're not spending as much money as other places, but then there's sometimes like if you go too often, You go to office. Then are you like spending the same there by like getting tons of stuff quantity wise and spending more money? Are you spending the same there as you would in a slightly more expensive place by getting less? Do you know what I mean? But I don't know.
I get you, honestly. I think it's just like finding the balance with it. Like you said, Sophie, like Wetherspoons every now and again, like fair enough. And like if you recognise you have a problem, Amelia.
Not saying any names.
But like if you can recognise that you have like a little bit of an issue with it, like we can work on it. We can put it in to work on. Bracket, you know? But it's so good that you get your work done there, honestly. Like I've never even thought about going there to do work.
There's charges and everything there.
I know.
We've
I'm
been
a sucker for
for
over expensive coffee shop.
GCSE.
Yeah, and it's so accessible. It's literally in every single city, pretty much. If you look on the Spoons map, 900 venues in some places. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. But yeah.
So a cheeky Wetherspoons, we all agree, isn't bad if it's balanced. Or if you're Amelia. Okay, so we've spoken about different people's bad habits. Let's talk about ours. Obviously, we know somebody has a Wetherspoons issue. But what else? What are your bad habits? What have you been working on this week? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so I really struggle, especially now it's coming closer to exam season, with keeping a balance between my personal life and my uni life, because I get quite overwhelmed by the stress of it, even when the deadline is literally in January. I'm acting like I have no time and it's due tomorrow.
Which is a domino effect.
Amelia knows this because I tell her about it every single day. God bless you.
Oh, we have a stats exam, and I'm like, what? When? What? And she's like, oh, in a month.
Yeah, it's next year. It's literally next year. But I will act like it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just don't really give myself any time, which kind of lends into I don't sleep because that's my time. Like the middle of the night is my only time. So I got this app called Finch, and I also have 3 planners because I forget everything as well, which doesn't help. So yeah, on Finch, I see you, girl. You can have like different sections for like productivity and self-care and things like that. So I try to give myself an even number. And also I've been trying to give myself at least 1 day a week where I don't do any work, which is, thank God, today. So I literally had a lay-in. I'm not going to do any work today. And I've actually found it makes me less stressed in the week. After I've had that one like day to just breathe, I can actually do my work faster and easier. So then I get more time anyway because I've done it quicker, if that makes sense. So I think I'm doing pretty good with it so far. I don't think I'm letting it take. Thank you.
I've been seeing this improvement in you.
I needed that.
Thank you. Amazing. Who wants to tell us their bad habit next?
You.
Okay.
We're all looking at you.
Okay, my bad habit was burnout and overworking, but not in like the good sense of, oh my God, I'm such a productive girl. No, like, no. It was literally like, I would wake up, I'd be overwhelmed, stressed already. Like, literally, it just felt so awful to just, this sounds really negative, but like, it would be awful to start a new day because it would be like, in the night time, I'd have my own time, scroll, have my fun. And then I'd always have that alluring sense that, oh my God, tomorrow is a new day. I'm going to have to do it all again. I'm going to have to work all the time. So I just completely burnt out after writing my social essay. And it just, it was really difficult, just constantly doing something and always having something on my mind. So recently I've just been like, okay, every day, 2 hours, my own dedicated time. No thoughts, literally breathing exercise, reading. Like, you need your own time. And also making time for people in my life, but not overdoing it. Because I love doing this thing where it's a seesaw. I'm either social life or am I studying? So
Normally we talk all the time, every day. We used to meet up every single day, and we didn't talk for like a month. Because we were both doing the exact same thing. But proof that we've improved, we met up yesterday.
Yes, we did meet up yesterday. So we're improving, guys. But honestly, it was,
So going back to that breathing exercise, I'm wondering for everyone watching, what do you use to do that?
Literally, Finch has breathing exercises, which are only a minute, 2, 3. I think it goes up to 5, depending on how long you have. I do that, but also personally, by myself, ever since I was like 8 years old, when I couldn't sleep, I'd have this whole body meditation with myself where I'd focus on every single part of my body and then slowly be like, okay, these are my fingers. As stupid as it sounds, these are my fingers, these are my arms, Figure out where you are in that moment, focus on breathing, and it relaxes you so quickly.
So I did a mindfulness course recently, and we called it a body scan, and it's actually so popular to do, and you can find it on Spotify, you can find it on any like streaming platform. I definitely agree, it really grounds you in the moment. Amazing. I will say my bad habit next, because then we can pass the mic downwards. So my bad habit was the same with you guys. I'm doing work all the time, and then I'm just not reading. And I love reading. I wanted to do an English lit degree. I am such a fan of reading. But I had no time to do what I was enjoying because I was focusing all my time on psychology, which I always so love. But, I want to do both. So I have a book right next to my bed, and I got really, really good the week before this, getting up, reading my book before I do work, waking up half an hour early, just prioritizing that in my plan every day. But then I have to admit, this week I've been busy again, and it's gone out of my mind. And I've noticed that I'm a lot more stressed. I'm a lot less focused on my work because I don't have that time to just read and have that moment for myself. So I think that's kind of a lesson to me. And I think a lot of people relate that even if it doesn't feel productive, it's giving you that time to be productive later. And that's a really big part. Amazing.
I think my bad habit is probably not doing anything in the morning, because I used to find it difficult to wake up, but now I'm waking up and just not doing anything, or I'll turn on whatever show I'm watching and I'll watch that for a bit, and then I'll struggle to get out of bed. So recently I've started to get into a routine of going straight to the bathroom, brushing my teeth, just getting ready for the day. But I think after that, I still just go back, stay in my room, study or whatever, but I never actually get outside. So I end up just in my room the whole day, unless I've got lectures. So I've been pushing myself out a bit more. I'd like to start going on more walks or runs in the morning. So that would be good. But
what could be helpful is there's loads of apps where they've got pre-planned routes.
Really?
Yeah, for walks. I don't know how they are in Lincoln, but I was looking at different areas because me and my parents love hiking. So you can find really nice routes. Or even I like doing looking at Google Maps, seeing a big green space and be like, oh, that's a new area. Or taking the bus. I think buses have gotten a little bit more expensive, but if you tell yourself, oh, Saturday, I'm going to go on a bus, go on a walk, experience something else, that's always good.
Yeah. I think what else worries me about just going outside generally, I live near the canal, so it'd be really nice to walk down the canal, but I also get really worried about walking on my own down a canal, especially if it's darker in the morning. But
I do actually have a recommendation, because there are these groups called Girls Who Walk.
Oh my god,
and there's one in Lincoln. It's called Lincoln Girls Who Walk, and they meet up every Wednesday night, I think, or Wednesday afternoon. That might be wrong, but once a week they all meet up and they'll do a nice long walk together. Obviously it's a big group of girls all different ages, just from Lincolnshire. And then they'll go to a cafe after, or do something else after. So I'm actually in the WhatsApp for it, so I can definitely add you or send you the link for it.
Us too. Yeah. Please. I volunteer for a group.
Yeah. So my bad habit is hibernating indoors and not getting outside. And honestly, since the weather has turned, it's just been like one of those things where I don't want to go outside. Like I wake up, pull the blind up, like, oh my God, glorious sunshine. No, it's like rain, it's like gloomy and dark. And it's like, if I don't have any reason to go out, like say I don't have a lecture or have no plans, I'm not going out. Like I'm just chilling and staying inside. But then it's literally like festering in my room, and it's so bad for my mental health. I've noticed like the past few weeks when I was doing it, it got to the point where I would realize I've literally just been in bed all day and like not done anything, and it actually was like making my muscles ache because I wasn't doing anything. And it's like, this is not good, like let's get outside. So yeah, the past week I've been working on it, and the first day that I did it, like it got to the evening and I was like, oh, I've not really been outside much today. I kind of just like went to my lectures, went home. So me and my housemate, I was like, oh, the lights have gone up in Lincoln, like the Christmas lights. I think most Christmas lights have gone up like in most cities this week as well. I was like, let's just go on a walk and like have a look at all the lights. It was dark outside and it was honestly so nice. Like just getting out, even though it was dark and cold, it was so like refreshing to just go and do that and then come home and make dinner. So I'm glad that I started with that, because then it kind of like started as I meant to go on, and all week I've been like getting up, trying to go on a walk. I've even been like after my lectures like taking a longer route home just to like stay outside as much as possible, and I feel so much better for it. Honestly, I feel really good about it. But I definitely want to, because I haven't been on a walk with the girls who walk, so we should maybe give it a go, and then we can come back and say how we found that experience, because that would be so interesting. But yeah, so I definitely recommend getting outside, but it obviously is so difficult with the weather.
Yeah, I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves, especially in winter, because in summer you wake up, you're like, oh, sunshine, let's go on a walk, let's make plans. In winter, I feel like a lot of people want to continue pushing, where actually our bodies just want to slow down. So fabulous walks, amazing, but also take into perspective your body just wants to lay. And maybe making a comforting meal, doing something at home, not staying in bed, but doing something like DIYs, activities, more autumnal activities. They can be really fun.
Yeah, 100%. I think like almost like romanticizing it a little bit. Like don't have it in your head like, oh, I've got to go on a walk, like there's no other option for me to do it. Like kind of see it like, oh, like with the lights, like, oh, there's lights out, let's go for like a little walk and see what that's like, and doing things like that.
Or watching the geese.
Yeah. No, literally going like looking at all the canal boats, like try and romanticize it as much as you can.
Yeah, I used to walk around with my Kindle.
Really?
More in
I
summer.
heard people doing this, and I'm like, how are you reading and walking? I feel like I don't have the coordination for
I
that.
walk into stuff.
I used to, since I was like in year 8, I used to grab a book, but like I didn't have a Kindle, bless my heart. So I used to have these heavy hardback books because I used to have to walk 50 minutes to school. So it used to be that, and I think I've trained myself. So now I use my lovely little Kindle. It's so much lighter.
I love that. I love that idea. No, I literally saw on one of my like morning walks, this woman was out walking and she literally had like a mug, like an actual mug. And that was like, that should be illegal. Like it's one of those things where it's like, it feels illegal.
I love when you see people in like their dressing gown and their pajamas.
I love it. It's like, okay, like you're
I want
out,
to
you're
be
doing
them.
stuff.
I really do.
When I was in the airport like a month ago, me and my mum were looking at this woman and she was in her pajamas with her children in pajamas, and I was like, why don't we do that? The comfort life. Like on a plane in PJs, comfy, warm. Why am I not doing that? I was jealous in my jeans.
I definitely think it's important though to recognise, and like the listeners as well, that although like you can recognise your bad habits, and it's so great to do that and try and work on them, but also just treat yourself with kindness a little bit and give yourself a break, because they're not easy to break habits. Like they're literally, I mean, you mentioned in your article, they're literally like built into us. We've developed them over time. So definitely treating yourself a little bit with grace and just like being kind to ourselves is 100% important. And yeah, just show yourself a little bit of love, I guess.
Take time and breathe.
Yeah, literally 100%.
Amazing. Sorry. And leading on from that, thank you so much for bringing your article to us. I think it was an amazing first podcast.
Yeah.
And I think it's so interesting and so relatable, especially to uni students, because we do develop bad habits. It's our first time being by ourselves. We're going to pick up those bad habits.